居場所という言葉は文字通りに言えば自分がいる場所、安心感がある場所、帰属している場所というか帰属するべき場所ことを指す。
Okay.
Oh, I forgot my chalk. It's okay. It's so dry. I hope I don't need chalk.
Masa, do you really think you're going to need that massive can?
I never know.
We're not climbing in Yosemite. I think one of the funniest things I ever heard about you, Masa, was, am I imagining this? Were you trying to train yourself for like the cold weather?
Yeah.
And did you go and lie in the snow or something with only like minimal clothing on?
There's an ice bucket challenge at one stage. Do you
What,
remember?
you did that?
Yeah, ice bucket. I did it,
Hmm.
and I didn't go into shower, but I stayed in outside in my bivouac. Yeah, I put it on
It was maybe on
Facebook.
Facebook, and it was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Masa's mad.
Yeah, I put it on Facebook.
And he doesn't mind people knowing. Every day's a memorable climbing day with Masa.
Thank you. Well, I'm not sure if I say thank you. In Japan, when I started climbing, trad climbing wasn't so popular in Japan as far as I know. Climbing basically meant kind of two things. One thing was sport climbing. The other thing was aid climbing. At the back of my head, I already thought, why someone put the bolts here? Is this pure climbing? So that was my question from the beginning, really. When I first had a taste of trad climbing, I immediately thought, this is it. This is the thing I wanted to do. How's the gear?
Yeah, it's okay. I'd always heard about Massa through Andy Nisbet and Steve Perry. He kept talking about this Massa who lived in Newton Moor, and I was like, I don't know, I was sort of intrigued to meet him. I've got a wee dry tooling wall, and he used to come to the dry tooling wall and train with me when he lived in Newton Moor. When Massa came round, I'd always get completely beasted because we'd just get into these sort of games of seeing if we could swing across my wall and hanging on like one log and getting to another log and doing a figure of four or something. Very kind person. You know, like he's gone to Japan and you might not have heard from him for a while and you suddenly get this postcard from Massa.
改めてお帰りなさい。それでは改めて明けましておめでとうございます。それじゃあみんなが揃ったところで改めて明けましておめでとうございます。明けましておめでとうございます。
お父さんから聞きましたね。で、悪いんですよね。
悪いですね。
違う。
ありがとう、ありがとう。ありがとうございます。
が大学に行って大学に行った時はまあ喜んでやるし嬉しかったんですけど駅まで送りに行った時にすごく辛かったの今でも思い出しますね。今でもこの子はもうこれで私たちと元 離れていくんやっていうのがね、今考えてもなんかその時の思いっていうのはね、思いますね。なんだけど、なんかね、今思い出してもなんか涙が出てくるんですよ。だからそれが、これに見事にその時の感じが出てるな。これベストショットやな。それだけには巻き込まれてほしくないなっていう、その思いだけで、山に登るのも、ただ事故だけは今でも気をつけてほしいなと。本人も気をつけてるとは言ってますけどね、気をつけてるから事故が起こらないもんでもないし、本当のね、今更それをやめて、もうやめなさいと言ってもやめるもんでもないし、本人のしたいことをして生きていかないかんのではないかな。仕事よりも山に登る方が楽しいと言ってますので仕事はあくまでも生活のためであって、僕は山に登りたいとスコットランド行った時そんな言うて、ああそうなん。
My first incentive to come to Scotland was to do winter climbing. This is my only life, so one life. So I decided to take a chance and move up to Scotland. Best day winter climbing? Oh, that's hard to tell. One of the memorable ones was Gab Corrimore, stayed in a sort of a half-broken body where the even roof wasn't complete. So when it snowed inside the body. So and we climbed on second day, I think, the new route in Angels Peak on the face, and that was a pretty good climb. So and the route ended at the summit of the mountain. So that was a special moment. We named it Angel's Share, but the route name was taken by someone else. So we had to change it, and I don't remember the change, and I don't remember the name we changed it into. Yeah, that's daft, but I don't remember the name. Yeah. Today, actually, it looks pretty good. The best I have seen in this winter. I haven't developed, I don't think. But as far as the mixed climbing, snow-covered mixed climbing condition concerns, should be good today. I have brought sun cream today, but I may have been a bit too optimistic.
You have sun cream.
Sun cream.
Hello! It's been an interesting little drive over the road.
Yeah. I'm going to take a bit here, just in case we may. All my friends in Scotland are pretty much climbers. I have been climbing in Scotland since 2000. When I arrived at Torridon Hill at the sea level, the road was covered with snow in the end of December. Nowadays, it's very, very happens. I hope the condition is, I hope it's not too bad.
Masa started climbing, but it was all dripping and the surf was not frozen.
Surf wasn't frozen and the rock was black, so the route was totally out of condition, unfortunately. It was too dangerous to climb, so I climbed back down. Part of the game in Scottish winter climbing, I'm afraid the condition was so fickle. Even though it varies year by year, this year it was particularly bad. In the end of January, all the big gullies were gone. Nowadays, I think it is getting more difficult to be able to do winter climbing. In this sense, I value my past experience in Scotland, where I was able to enjoy great Scottish winter climbing. I'm not sure if I go further up, but
and this is the pink one, there's a grey one there, there's a pink one there. This one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see it's just there.
And then you go back to that, or you could go back down through this one and then Steinfeld. I think probably the best way to describe Massa is one of the few people where you can phone him up on any day of the year with a plan for a new route, which is going to involve a lot of uncertainty and probably a lot of suffering, and you know that he'll just say yes. I think there's a small band of really keen, like adventurous trad climbers in Scotland, especially in the Highlands, and you can probably count them on two hands actually. And there's never been that many people who are like that, who really have made climbing the centre of their life, or adventure the centre of their life.
In Scotland, I know basically almost no one else other than climbers. So in that sense, climbing community is my life in Scotland. This is a photo of my good friends, Andy Nisbet and Steve Perry. And I basically got befriended with them almost as soon as I came to Scotland. So I climbed with them and I socialized with them as well. So they were really good friends. But unfortunately, immediately before the COVID lockdown, they were perished while their new routing in the northern tip of Scotland, Penhope. So yeah, their memory stayed with me forever. In a way, I'm kind of more determined to do enjoy my life with climbing because of them, in a way. They loved climbing and they live their fullest and they enjoy their life, so I must do it as well. There's a sort of endless barren world, in-hospital field. To be there can be hard. It is very beautiful, and you can feel I am living my life. I feel it is a sort of celebration of human life to get into that sort of in-hospital places and enjoy great outdoor, great nature. That's, to me, the Scottish Highlands.
Finally, proper winter condition climbing. Yeah, I have bought 9 tricams and I use 7 of them. Although, one of them is used just for weight. I hope Ian will come up okay. I have cleared lots of snow.自然を見て感動するっていうそういう感情っていうのは多分多くの人が実際に思っているよりも大事なことなんではないかなと思います。でただまあ自然の中でこう生きてきたその、子供時代から、生きてきたものが、今のスコットランドの生活でも生きているという意味ではそれはそうかもしれないですね。じゃあこの辺で、
すごい綺麗。はい。光が。
はい。
明けましておめでとうございます。
夕方とかな、ちょうどそのタイミング。
そのタイミング、あ、そうなんや、日本にないだから、これすごいね。それましょうか。
すごい、ちょうどありがたい。ありがたい。よろしくお願いします。
日本は、自分の、を作った場所ですね。スコットランドもしくは、スコットランドというよりは、イギリス全体って感じですけど、はその目を開かされた場所。やっぱり人生一回きりですからね、いろんな場所で生きられるっていうのが、素晴らしいと思うので、全然違った場所で、生きるってことはなかなか悪くない人生ではないかなと思います。
Massa said he'd bring the rack, which I was like, oh, that's fine. Pulls all these tricams out of his rucksack. And I thought, what the hell are they? I didn't think anybody used them anymore.
And I just remember you kind of peering out of the darkness, covered in mud and scrapes, and your helmet was like hanging off the side of your head. And I just say, Masa, are you okay? And you just went, kind of.
With this one pitch, I think it was the longest pitch I have ever taken.
I've never seen.
Yeah, this is the biggest tricam. I've never seen anyone else who has this. So. But to be fair, I don't carry this very often. I seldom carry this, but unless I know there's a big crack.